So here's a totem pole. Pretty impressive, pretty high. I would just only be guessing how high this is, 40 feet plus. Hey everybody, this is Scott with Legends, Trails, and Tales. And there's our tail. So, as a few of you know, we're down to one tail. Pearl. Titan, my buddy, passed away a few days ago. I'm gonna keep him in the channel. He was here from the beginning. We tried our darndest to make him well, but it didn't happen. So here we are, and we'll talk more about that later. So we're at the Gulf of Alaska, and still here for another month and a half, 2 months, give or take. And I'm practicing on my new camera. See how that works out. So just bear with me. I'm playing with a few things: the microphone cover, GPS. The tide right now is on its way in. It's probably a couple hours in. So figured we'll take a walk down the beach towards the tree line. So this is a village where the Ak people, the Ak tribe, resided. They lived out here in the tree line and harvested the fish and the Sitka deer. I believe, and I won't get the name right, that they are relatives of the Tinglet, who are currently the native tribe that's in this area. I think 1860, I believe the legend says, or the facts say, that that white man came here and set ground. It was all about mining. It's a big gold area. A lot of stuff to sniff here, huh? Well, this stuff here we need to get out of. It's pretty sharp. So we're going to walk up here and go around a little bit, see if we can find a trail of some sort. There's an old table, fire pit up there. So anyway, I'll be playing with a few things on the camera. See if I can figure out the lighting, audio, probably play with the editing more, but that's what happens when you go to a new system. But hey, it's only money, right? So here we are. So yeah, the Ak people here, I think up to 1860 into 1910, 1930. Now let's follow this trail down. Well, the snow has gone away. We've gone back to rain for now. Still early here in Alaska. It'll snow into July around this place, or it could. That's a big piece of timber. Big piece of driftwood. Let's see if we can follow this down. Yeah, like I said about Titan, he was sick for quite a while. I mean, he had his ups and downs, and I had hopes, and we really worked hard on him, and it just wasn't meant to be, and we have our heart broken. So we've got to move on, see what our trail leads us. So we shall, like I said, see what the trail leads us in more ways than one. This particular one in life, I guess. It's easy to get, I don't know, melodramatic or sad, reflective, I guess is the word I'm looking for, when you have somebody you love pass away, and understand it's not a person, but my animals are my pets, their family. My dogs are my family, you know, non-judgmental. Clouds are just breaking over the horizon there. You can see, I think if you can see it from here, the totem pole. There's another one around here, I believe. I'd like to visit. So, the tide, like I said, is about 2 hours in from low tide, which wasn't really low to start with. I don't know about you folks, but I love to, I'm a rock guy. I just love walking the beach. It's not the same without Titan. He'll be in the water right now. Kind of breaks my heart, but I keep moving on. And yeah, I get distracted. So yeah, I like to pick up. I found some quite a few nice pieces of sea glass. Those who don't know what sea glass is, it's bottles and so forth that were dropped off in the ocean from ships over the century, and then break and then get polished. And there's some type of sea glass that floats in because we're directly across the ocean from Japan, and when they had their big earthquake, everything floated over this way. So we got a lot of their junk. And this is interesting. I don't think this is a piece of driftwood by any means, but this is something you don't see out here every day. A tire. I think somebody was playing with it up the hill. Some kids probably, and it ended up down here because it doesn't look. I mean, it could have. It could have. Oh, what you're looking at? Uh-oh. There's the dog. Doggy up the hill. Come on. No. Come on. Go, girl. I think that was a dog. We do have wolves up here, but it sounded like it had a collar on it. There could be a trail up there. I've seen a lot of dogs on this beach, so I'm sure it's a dog, but there are some 300-pound black wolves running around. out here, and I don't want to run into one. I've seen them sticking their heads out of the tree lines, and watching the dogs. Not sure if they want to play with them or eat them for a snack. This weather to me is this is spring in Alaska. So here on the Gulf of Alaska, that's where you get all the whales crossing through the strait. Humpbacks. And way out in the distance, way out in the clouds, is Admiralty Island, which is the most concentration of brown bears, you know, which is a larger version of a grizzly, kind of taller, lankier, but bigger and just as ferocious. The biggest concentration in the world on that one island. And yeah, I've heard stories over there too. Anyway, I'll leave that story for another day. I'm off a point here right now. Yes, it's still brisk. Playing with the camera still. So, the Kushtaka is the native name in this area, southeast Alaska, for Sasquatch, Bigfoot. And is been seen quite a few times in this region. Known to be more aggressive. I hate to find out, but I'm going to have a trip here soon. Looking for the big guy. I'd like to see him from a distance, or hear him. Take some awesome legendary trails with the tails, and so we can at least have fun looking for him or her. Kushtaka. There's quite a few other names, but that's a popular one. You know, I still go with Bigfoot, Sasquatch, hairy man is my thing. So here's a point we're at where we get the strait. Admiralty, my mouth is frozen. Admiralty Island and Ock Bay. It's a big island there in the clouds. Not this close one, the one behind it. That's Douglas Island. Alright, come on, Pearl. Well, this ground is slick though. busted my behind a few times. More on the ice, but I avoided that this year. So far, it's still early. So there's good clams out here, mussels especially. But this one particular area, you don't want to too close to the, we call it the big city. You don't want to take any chances on bad mussels and bad clams. So we go a few miles out to get them. But still, the king salmon run right through here, and so do the orcas. Funny story, other side of that island you see right there in front of us. This island right in front of us. I was on the other side of that, and I was on a kayak by myself during king salmon runs. And I got visited by an orca. Well, I was swimming by, but I was kind of in the way. And let me tell you, a orca compared to a kayak, oh, it was a big difference. And the kayak will not win on that. But, you know, the big daddy goes down the middle. Mom and the babies fall quite a ways behind, and the other adults go along the shoreline and they fence a corral in the fish, and then daddy gets to eat first, and then they get to follow on the salmon. Well, they got a system down. Anyway, on the way back, one of the adults came alongside me and went underneath my kayak. Yeah, he went underneath my kayak, and on its way down, it gave me that big eye and followed me as it went underwater. Now, if you're anybody who watched the movie Jaws, remember the black eyes on the shark, great white. Well, that kind of reminded me of it. And it's amazing to have a orca, killer whale, swim right underneath your kayak. Didn't touch it, came pretty close, went right underneath it, came on the other side, and kept going. And you hear these stories, but this is not the first time I've seen an orca in the water. But when your butt's basically just floating on the water, and a piece of hard rubber between you and that thing, that's probably hungry because they're out hunting, is a unique experience that I will never forget. Will it stop me from doing it again? No, absolutely not. You hear, same with the hairy man, you always hear these stories. There's always the bad ones, but most of them don't tend to be true compared, to, well, most people head the other direction anyway. I stopped looking for tracks because there's a lot of Homo sapien tracks out here, and dog tracks, so it's really hard to find any wolf tracks right now unless I go up until this tree line, which is pretty much my next video. I'm going to head up to a notorious hairy man area, an area that has had multiple sightings, and not just sightings, but interactions And people in Alaska don't even mention their sightings. I mean, the lack of people that are up here compared to the size of this territory, this frontier, and the amount of critters out here, you know, being moose, brown bear, grizzlies, wolves, black bears, compared, you know, the land mass is so huge. And like I said on other videos, people come up missing, you know, daily here. I mean, that's an understatement. So let's move on over. Those eagles can get loud and obnoxious, the babies at least. And when you got one sitting right above your roof of your house where you're staying, it becomes a thing. So Kushtaka, hairy man, Bigfoot. We're coming for you, buddy, for the next video. It's not safe to go by yourself, especially in this country. But for right now, I have to. I take precautions. I got my Zoleo. I tell people where I'm going. And I just thought I saw something. You know, imagination. Thought it was the head of a wolf, but just a log. But and a few other toys I won't mention. Well, bear sprays, that's a given. Even though there's no bears out right now, but it's not bears I worry about. It's people. My last trip to Idaho, which I love the people from Idaho, but I tell you, I ran into some crazy people over there. Some nut jobs. You know, you get them anywhere, but you can't, you know. Protection is number one for your dogs, for yourself, for your family. No particular order. Well, actually, a particular order. My family. But if I'm not doing good, then they're not going to do good either. So I have to step up. So I didn't have to do that time, but we're getting near some roads again. So I'm going to call it for this minute for now. Please like and subscribe. Click the notify. It means a lot. It's just subscribing and likes. The likes are more of a, I mean, it helps the channel, but it's more I don't know, a pride thing, and that people appreciate you, that they're all, you know, showing you the scenery. Of course, I'm enjoying it myself. It's not like it's work. This tree just got recently topped or bottomed. But subscribe is the big one. I just want people to come back or watch the entire videos, because dummy here forgot his gloves again, so now he's got frozen fingers again. So anyway, we're going to cut it short here for a bit, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Here's a pretty impressive totem pole. Gonna want to guess how tall this is. 40, 50 feet. So this belonged to the Auk people, relatives of the Tinglet, if I said that right, probably not. So it shows different stages, I believe. Blue jays. I'm not getting a good angle on it right now because I'm on the edge of a drop off. Anyway, yeah, it goes blue jay, chickadee, yeah. All right, let's head up here a little bit to the bush. Oh, the ground's pretty wet. We got snow melt. Pretty impressive trees. There's my pearl. All right, let's try to work our way up here. Guarantee I won't get up here in a few months when these berry bushes start growing their leaves. This moss can get pretty slippery. You can hear the beach from here. All right, let's see if we can work our way up in here. You can hear the seaplanes. I am playing with this new device, so I'm experimenting. I said I'd get a new setup, updated version of what I was using, but we'll see how this one works out. I still have to figure it out, play with it. It's all new to me, but it's pretty fancy. I like it. So, welcome back to the car. It's how it always works, but this time I'm prepared. Well, I guess I'm not, but maybe we'll hear something. So, while I'm recording and talking, and hopefully I won't talk through it, but walking back to the car here in the woods. There's a road back there. There's no houses. Further back there are quite a ways, but not in this strip. There's not. And I heard the most obvious whoop whoop up through here, and I heard it again while I was turning the camera back on. Go figure, I won't hear it now. But there are in between two roads, and I mean it could be people, but there's no houses up through here. The road's way up the hill. Whoop! That was another strangeness, as they call it, right up in that area, right behind those, I don't know, about 50 yards, 40 yards. Come on, girl. Stay over here. Now I don't hear it. Go figure. Wish you could take my word for it, but now it's just quiet. Alright, so yeah, just walking back and I heard it 3 or 4 times, or 2 or 3 times, and I turned the camera on. As I was turning it on, I heard like 4 straight times, and it sounded like a young whoop. At first thought it could have been a dog, but there's no houses back here. And anyway, that's strangeness again. It was like a young whoop, and I don't think in this cold day, rainy day, any kids are running through the woods. I mean, I probably would have as a kid, but there's see that tree line right there. See the X? I don't know if you can see it. I'll figure it out. There's some strangeness on the tree right there. That's kind of a high rub. Maybe the bark just blew off. That is kind of a high. It's quite a ways down to the ditch to get up there. They don't have elk here, or I don't think they have caribou in this particular area. There's I don't know, it's a structure back there. I should walk back there. Yeah, let's walk back there. We got a car actually coming. Come on, Pearl. Let's go up this hill. Let's hike. Let's take a hike. Come on. Oh, that's definitely a car. Oh, loveliness. Oh. So, keeping my head down here looking for anything, but oh, you alright? You got snagged. You got snagged, girl. Alright, yeah. Well, that sounded like it. Now I hear some people over off in the distance, but that was not them. That was a tree knock or a snap. Yeah, I'm starting to see things now. Alright. Man, that's a crazy looking area to blow down in one section. Just look at that. That is nuts. Those trees are topped, but why? That one's snapped. That one's bent backwards. I can't believe that. It's actually berries, cranberries. I actually got some cranberries still out. Those things are good. Probably still good, but as we're working our way up this hill, I see this craziness. There's a big old tree break. Man, that thing was snapped. Right there. And some weird, it's probably just weather, but right in the middle of all these trees. You don't get thunderstorms here, so why this one section? We are between 2 roads, one nearby and one up the hill. And this is where I heard probably 6 little whoops, but they were, wow, that's the most cars I heard all day. Yeah, like something young did that. What you looking at, girl? Yeah, that's a crazy looking pile of sticks. which is not something you see in these type of woods. I mean, you do, but not in an area like that's not logged. Man, it is crazy. I haven't seen cars all day, and now there's 4 down the road. So that's where I heard that pop. I want to say a mix between a knock and a snap. And there's some kind of crazy looking trees back here. Some weird formations. Man, that's just, they're like piled up on each other. Why would they all be like this? You know, I've been through these woods, I don't know how many times, but look at this. They're like, that's a snap. It's a big old snap. And they're just, wow, that's just kind of crazy. Maybe it's just me, but when you spend this much time in the woods, you don't see, you know, you don't see stuff like that very often. You know, everybody's woods are different. And I'm going to stop here in a minute and adjust the settings because I don't know if you can even see me. I think it comes and goes, but I'm going to experiment with a few different settings. See if that makes any difference. So back up there, the road's still quite a ways up. Quite a ways. This one's just back behind me a little bit. But now look at that tree back there. Do you see it? Way in the background distance. Man, what happened over here? It's nuts. Like I said, everybody has their own woods, and the people that go through, they know what the regular woods look like. And when you see weird stuff, it is what it is. You know, if I go to the woods of Arkansas, which I love, Missouri, love those places. I want to do some squatching over there if anybody would invite me. Oh, another car. Crazy. I don't know. I think I saw 2 cars. Well, I was walking before I filmed. And now I've, what, 6 or 7? Wow, look at this. That's kind of a weird, man. You want to get the heebie-jeebies? Yeah, that's what I got going. I heard some whoops. Man, I could have been a dog, but I'm thinking, yeah, come on. How do you get 4 or 5 trees leaning on one tree in the middle of nowhere? I mean, this is like downtown Alaska, but people from the lower 48, this is bum fudge nowhere. But this is what I'm talking about. Snaps everywhere, weird strangeness, sounds, and I could be just looking into things in my head. But look at that. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaning on one tree. The same, all going in different directions to end up on one tree. These hairy men are easily entertained, I guess. Here's one that's looks like, I wonder if it's another fall over or is it placed. You don't see too many like this in these woods. There's quite a few of them, but this section's got some. Well, as we go over here, Oh, try not to kill myself. Yeah, I'll film myself this way. If I fall on my ass, I'm just gonna say it, you can have a laugh. And it's early yet. All right, Pearl, sniffing over there quite a bit, aren't you? Yeah, look at that thing. It's just the whole bottom's missing in this tree. I don't know, trees are trees. It looks like there's a rub on that one. I tell you, there's not a lot out here. You get the occasional buck, Sitka buck, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna head towards the direction of the car, as I call it, direction of safety. All right, come on, Pearl. Let's head out. Well, let's try to. Oh, it's the same stick or not. Twin sister, I guess. I think I'm going to have to experiment with the lighting. I'm an amateur. But hey, I love bringing you guys this. I mean, I don't know how many, I'm retired. Retired post office, retired military, retired, I'm retired something else too. I'm just retired. But it's enough. But my wife's working her butt off too. But so I'm honored and blessed to be able to do these things. Look at that. Right. Really? That one goes up. It's dead. But there's one lane right between them, like it. Well, that's some good licky fall right there. There's no loggers out here. Well, people don't come off the trails. They come up here in the bush. The bush is not a place you can get off the trails with in a big AK. But I'm blessed to be able to do this stuff and have you guys come along to see some of the, either me falling my butt. Maybe we'll hear a, man, I can't believe it's just nothing. Everything you hear is when the camera's off. It's infuriating. I mean, I want to listen back at this stuff. Now it's just nothing, not even once. And I heard like six or seven, 8 times. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. Almost I don't know how to explain it. But I guarantee you, I'll get in the car quick so I don't have to hear anything. Yeah, I couldn't walk through here in the summertime. You get to July, August, and the berries and the bears. Oh, I swear I just saw a head pop up back there. But good grief. I swear I saw a head pop up there. My lips are frozen, sorry. Man, your eyes, your ears, everything plays tricks on you. But down here, you never know. I know, I'm just talking. Hear myself talk. But I appreciate you guys watching because, liking and subscribing, it all means more than you think. I'm in the need to be liked. My wife's like, yeah, I know, you gotta be liked. Now get out of the room. So, anyway, working my way down the hill. Man, this would be a big berry bush here. So, yeah, in July and August out here, I mean, salmon berries, I don't know if anybody knows what those are. that are from the lower 48. They're just big, yellow, and they're the best. They're juicy. They're kind of like if you get down to Seattle and the big blackberries are this big. I used to, my old stomping grounds there too. Not so much as the blackberry needles will get you. They're not nowhere near like that with salmon berries. They're just bright yellow. They're awesome. And they got the raspberries, but tons of blueberries. There's another car down way out there. Wow. Shocking. It is a road, I guess. But, and the airplanes, can you hear them? Those seaplanes are making some money. That's kind of a little animal trail of sorts right here. Now, if anybody knows what these are, you know you're from the southeast, Alaska. Devil's Club. Oh, you're scary in the wintertime. You just won't die. Things are everywhere and they'll eat you alive. Alright, let's head this way. Yeah, I was hoping to get some tracks out here, but the snow is kind of, I mean, sees the local deer and my dog, and that's what I get for having a channel with tails, you know, with doggies. But hey, I don't go anywhere without her, and you'll learn that when you watch me. It's got to be a special occasion for that to happen. Yeah. These double clubs are everywhere. But I'll take the tree uprooted. Let's check that out. I mean, the roots don't go very deep on these trees. Kind of like the ponderosas in Arizona. Not very deep. If you guys see any tracks besides my own, let me know in the comments. Yeah, this is a lot bigger than, I don't know if I give you a picture. Justice. Looking at this. It's a big one. Can you imagine this falling over on you? So I appreciate you guys here watching all the way through. You know, I watch the other channels too, and I get it. It's not everybody finds the Bigfoots, or they exaggerate their, you know, they like to show pictures of Bigfoot in the trees, and you know, if anybody knows me, it's the last thing I try to do is to assume that something. I want legit proof, and I've heard some stuff, and I've heard more things than anything. Feelings is a big one, but it's all about this: the scenery, the journey, enjoyment. Me, it's exercise. You guys you could be sitting in the desert down in Arizona, New Mexico, still learning the camera. Still learning the camera. But people living down in, like I said, New Mexico, Arizona, southern Texas, or western Texas, dry, flat areas, might appreciate seeing this when it's hot outside, even this time of year. Some places are hot. My RV is parked at a place right now. It's 82 degrees right now in Arizona. That's hot for me. So if somebody's sitting down there in the park, could be watching this channel and going, look at that snow, look at this cool looking trees. I bet he's cold. But, you know, because I've been on both ends of that. So I see people on there, those channels that go, oh, look at that. And they'll add stuff and or you'll get to it and there's nothing there. I mean, I know I've shown some people have commented, I don't see nothing. Well, I did, but I could be wrong, you could be right. I thought I'd share it, let you make the judgment on it, but I won't do it till. That's frustrating about that sound. Didn't make it once since I turned the camera on. As I was turning the camera on, it was making the sound. But so, and these people, you know, and I follow guys that walk down dirt roads and they just talk. It's the scenery, it's the sitting around the campfires, cooking at the campfires. Kind of just like some of the shows that they bypass the cooking at the camp. I thought that's the best part. You don't have to be a chef. I mean, some of my favorite shows are some local fellow Arizonans. I claim Alaska and Arizona, by the way. But I live everywhere. Well, not everywhere. So I like to watch that stuff from, you know, and you can always fast forward it, but always look behind you. So it's the journey. It's like I said before, journey, the scenery, the walk, and maybe they'll see something. But I guarantee you, if you think you're gonna see Bigfoot every episode, have you ever watched that show? I'm sure you have. If you like the Bigfoot, Finding Bigfoot, is that the? They ran like 11 seasons on the network. How many Bigfoots did they find? You know, it's like ghost hunters. Man, I used to be in the ghost hunting. And then one thing happened in Tombstone, I can tell on another day. I stopped doing that. But you can, you know, they go 10 episodes and never see a ghost or find anything. So it's fun. The search is fun. It's the, you know, but people want to see signs, and, you know, I'm sure I walked by quite a few things. Let's look at this. Looks pretty interesting. See a snaky type of tree up here, which is not, well, they got a lot of thin trees here, but this is kind of weird. There's something traveling through here, stepping on this. That's a weird looking shape of that thing. So you never know, or I could walk by many things, not even know it. I could be standing right next to one of them hairy man who wouldn't know it. And there's been a few times, I think I have, down in Tok, Alaska, or I should say up in Tok, and down in Mount Rainier area. Had a lot of experiences there. I've seen things peeking. I've heard things. I don't have a picture of them. And that means, and I don't need to prove anything. I just like looking for this stuff. I think it's cool. Until you get freaked out. But if you're expecting to find something every time, and I want to, or things, but I love to come out, and I look forward to my future up here in the next spring. You get a drink of water? Good place to wash the Juno tennis shoes off. Alaskan tennis shoes. So it's the hike, it's a journey. Sometimes you find things, you know, I don't know how many times I get disappointed. I don't have Bigfoot on the camera, but I'm not going to fool you. I'm not going to even fake it. I'm sure there's people that do it. You get on these channels. I mean, there's things you have to do. You know, like the way you put stuff up on the screen, how you list stuff, hashtagging. I mean, you just got to do stuff, especially when you're starting out. And but you have to do certain things. I think I talk a little quiet because I see somebody walking down. Come here, Pearl. Come. So come here, Pearl. Pearl, come on. No attention. Come on. Get up here. Come on. All right, good girl. So still trying to figure out the camera, but yeah, if these people, you know, but when it comes to getting stuff, and they go down there and they find these, you know, these footprints, and man, I saw footprints that could or could not be, but I don't cast them all. But you know, good for them. Man, I'm just jealous. They found something good and I didn't. But who do you think has a better chance? I mean, the more time you spend in the woods, the more you're going to find. And you got to find your own little areas. I've yet to do that. Well, I kind of. Wet log. This, my friends, is Southeast Alaska. That's why people don't cut through the woods unless there's a trail. This place, there's a reason why people go missing. It ain't just Bigfoot, bears, and crazed people, aliens, and well, aliens too. Not eating bad mushrooms. Let's get up here a little bit. I'm just getting irritated by all the, well, Alaskan traffic, I call it, for an area that don't really have it. But like I said on other videos, yeah, we're getting people walking now. I'm going to have to cut this short soon because it's kind of defeating the purpose. I won't be able to hear anything pops anymore, and I'll probably miss some. Let me know if you heard anything, but we don't have any snakes. Nothing. Now, we weren't supposed to have mountain lions, but we got pictures now of mountain lions. So stuff changes, but no raccoons, no snakes, no raccoons, no skunks, no crickets. I mean, you can literally go in these woods and not see a thing. Now, the big critters, that's a whole different story. But I tell you, when I was down in the lower 48, there's a lot of javelina, but between the skunks and the crickets and the Devil's Club, crap, handful of, oh, you're picking those out later. Gloves. So grabbing a handful of Devil's Club, and then dummy here didn't have gloves. Another reason to carry gloves. I'm picking those out of my hand for a while. Yeah. Tell me you don't see that or would feel that. I just grabbed that because half the time I wear my glasses, half the time I don't. Yeah, we're getting people with their animals. Come here, Pearl. So we're going to call it. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate you watching this all the way through. Alright, have a good one. Bye.